Thank you to everyone who is here today. Thank you for taking time out of your day to hear my speech. I would like to start by speaking on behalf of all of the parents out there. Whether you're a new parent, old parent, it's hard. It's hard raising kids. A lot of times we don't know what we're doing until we've done it wrong. Sometimes we run on 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Sometimes, a lot of the time, we're faced with things we've never faced before. It makes it especially hard when you have a child who is usually well behaved, sweet, easygoing, but you start noticing things going wrong. The days and the months go by, and then you start to notice a difference in your child. She throws temper tantrums over the smallest of things, a temper tantrum. She blurts out answers to the questions even before you're done asking the question. She hits herself in the head while doing homework because she's frustrated and she's labeled herself dumb or too stupid to do this. There's nothing that you can do to help your child, and that's all that you want to do. You just don't, as a parent, you don't understand what's going on. With that being said, my name is Sarah Doty. I am the mother of a 10-year-old little girl who is recording me right now. And 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. There's much more known today than there was even 10 years ago about ADD or even ADHD. There's less of a stigma around it now. It's more accepted. People are more accepting of it now, so there's a lot of these children and adults who are actually getting help for it now. I would like to touch on some points throughout this speech in order to both educate you and hopefully help you if you happen to be going through the same situation I was 2 years ago. Have you ever gotten into an argument with your child or been so incredibly mad on a spring day when you have all the windows open at home? Have you ever gotten so mad that you thought Child Protective Services is going to be called on me? I have. I've gotten into it with Cameron several times. I've yelled, I've spanked, I've done everything I thought I was doing it right. When Cameron was in kindergarten, her teacher came to me and expressed to me during a parent-teacher conference that she has to take Cameron aside almost every day to explain to her one-on-one things that other children are understanding in class. She mentioned ADD to me at the time, but I thought that Cameron was just a 5-year-old kid. She was just a hyper kid. She was just a 5-year-old kid. Cameron went to first grade. Her teacher said nothing. Second grade, her teacher said nothing. Third grade, she was blessed with one of the most wonderful teachers that our school system has to offer, who also happens to have ADHD. Miss Belinda would do things during the day like change their activities all during the day. They were never sitting still. She took out traditional chairs in class and put wobble stools for them to constantly wobble around on. This was perfect for Cameron at school. At home, doing homework with her was an absolute nightmare. She couldn't understand it. I couldn't make her understand it. So we would both end up frustrated and not even completing it most of the time. I started taking her to counseling at that point because I honestly thought maybe Cameron was bipolar. After seeing her counselor, Annie, after a few sessions, she started to catch on to, well, I think that she has attention deficit disorder. The hard part was not everybody agreed with that. I had a child who was great at school, but at home, the situation was awful. I thought I had failed as a parent. You hear all the things. If you only you would spank her more, if you would discipline her more, she would be better. I knew in my heart that that was not true because I had tried everything from keeping charts, I had tried literally everything. Fast forward to fifth grade. She's now 10 years old in fifth grade. 3 weeks into the school year, so this was still in August, both of her teachers called me. They wanted to meet with me. I went to meet with them. They told me that Cameron was having a hard time focusing. They had to put her in the very front center of class. They didn't know what was going on. At that time, I had explained that we thought maybe she had ADD. I put her on medication. I was scared to put her on medication. I was scared of the side effects. You hear kids act like zombies. Their personalities change. They're not hungry anymore. But the smallest part of me that could help her, I wanted to help her. So we started taking medication. After 1 week, you saw a drastic difference in the way that she behaved at home. She was doing homework by herself for the first time since she had been in school. A month into taking her medication, both teachers messaged me to tell me how great she was doing. I cried with excitement. I was so happy, not only for our situation at home, but for her to be able to focus and learn the way that other children do. At that time, I think that regret started to sink in. As many nights as I sat in the bathroom crying because of the way she was acting, here I am crying now that I didn't put her on medication sooner. Attention deficit disorder is a condition characterized by a group of symptoms centered around a person's inability to sustain focused attention to a task, avoiding tasks, or being easily distracted. It affects 1 in 10 children today and 1 in 25 adults. It is the most commonly diagnosed psychiatric condition, and a significant number of ADD children are also diagnosed with associated learning disabilities, anxiety, OCD, and conduct disorders. This was reported by PsychCentral.com. The causes of ADD and ADHD are unknown, but current research shows that genetics plays an important role in the disorder. In addition to genetics, other possible causes include alcohol, tobacco use during pregnancy, premature delivery, and low birth rate. No, I did not smoke or drink while I was pregnant. She was born on time, 2 weeks early. She weighed 7 pounds and 10 ounces at the time. So we don't know if genetics has something to do with it or not. This is an important thing. Research does not support the popular views that ADD is caused by eating too much sugar, watching too much television, parenting, or social and environmental factors such as poverty or family chaos. Of course, many things, including these, might make their symptoms worse, especially in certain people. But the evidence is not strong enough to conclude that they are the main causes of ADD. I need you to hear that, even if it's the only point you take from this. This was reported by the CDC.gov in December of 2018. It's nothing that we did wrong as parents. It's not that they ate too much sugar and not enough broccoli. This is something that can't be helped, and I don't think enough people understand that. Now there's treatment. More than anyone, I understand not wanting to give your child medication. Like I said earlier, with the side effects, no one wants to see their child go through anything unnecessary. I highly recommend at least trying it. It happened to work for my daughter on the first go around. But I know that that's not typical. Talk with your doctor. Have open communication with your doctor. Counselors. Change medications and dosage as needed. Start low and then see what happens. In addition to that, take time to understand what punishment works for your child. ADD children are different. They respond to things differently. I know with Cameron, I have to sit her down and explain to her the what's and the whys as to why she's in trouble, what happened, and how to fix it. She may not understand at the moment, but give her a good 30 minutes, and that sweet child always comes to me and apologizes. She just needs time to process what has happened, and she'll apologize for what she's done, and we work on it together. I know that's hard in a busy world, especially if you have other kids. I know that I've been accused of favoring Cameron from time to time because I would spend more time with her. But now that she's on medication, our home life is much more calm. It's not chaotic. No one's yelling at each other most of the time. And she can focus and learn the way that other kids do. My message in all of this is to please take time to educate yourself before talking about that kid that you see crying at Walmart, or that parent who's not doing anything about their kid in public. Show mercy on others, because this is an easy thing to judge from your standpoint. If you suspect your child is suffering and needs help, talk to your doctor. Ask about counseling. They can give you the tools to help you and your child succeed. Don't be scared of medication or the stigma around it. It may be the one thing that can work for your child. I have told Cameron several times the secrecy about the medication. Let it be up to her. You don't have to tell everybody that you're taking medication for something. But when she's ready to tell others that, hey, I do have this thing and I take medicine for it, that's okay. It's okay if you don't want to tell anybody, and it's okay if you do. Having open conversation is so important. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me personally. I can give you names of counselors, clinics, or just advice in general. It truly does take a tribe to raise your kids. Thank you so much for your time today and letting me share my sweet Cameron story. Thank you.